And it's interesting to see just what players are doing to beat Death Shadow this weekend. A lot of burn, mentioned that. A lot of players trying Grixis Delver. Not to as much success yesterday, mentioned, or Grixis Shadow. Jund Death Shadow still putting up very good numbers. Both players keeping on 6, and we'll start. It's going to be Noble Hierarch from the Bant player.
Noble Hierarch and Eldrazi Temple, the two best turn 1 plays for the Bant Eldrazi deck.
When your opponent starts on Eldrazi Temple, that can be one of the most scary things. Mainly because it means it has the possibility of a turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer.
A Tar Fire here would be nice.
Now, Austin can use Mishra's Bauble. The slow trip from Ice Age, it'll replace itself during Logan's upkeep. So it'll be Inquisition of Kozilek from Bursavich, and we see a hand. This could be a dangerous one for Logan Taylor. He took an Eldrazi Displacer from it, so it leaves Logan with land number 2 and 2 copies of the 6-drop Drowner of Hope.
Drowner of Hope is really powerful, but he's very far off of casting it.
Yeah, so Logan does draw a land in Brushland that turn and attacks for 1. Now, he can ramp up to it just by drawing cards like Eldrazi Temple. But there's a big window here for Austin to do something proactive.
And the following turn, you can draw Ancient Stirrings, and if that finds Eldrazi Temple, that's the same rate as top decking as the following turn.
Right. Traverse the Ulfin Vault for Austin. He does not actually have Delirium yet, so this can only find a basic land, but it gets him his Swamp. 2 basics in the deck, a Swamp and a Forest. So for Austin, it is a slow start of his own. Logan not the only player on a mulligan. Traverse, play a Swamp, and say go was the turn for Bursavich. Now, if he can find land 3, he does have Liliana of the Veil set up for next turn. See, it looks like at least 1 Death Shadow in hand, though without those Street Wraiths or fetch lands, he's not able to cast it. And Ancient Stirrings, the pickup for Logan's pretty good. He'll cast it off of Noble Hierarch. And Thought-Knot Seer, Reality Smasher, and land all available. This is some pretty good selection for him.
This is fine. It's still nothing he can cast on the current turn given the absence of an Eldrazi Temple.
All right, looks like he's going to take Thought-Knot Seer. Play Brushland, say go. This was an interesting choice, right? So his hand is now Drowner, Drowner, Thought-Knot. Taking Thought-Knot Seer is good. Taking a land is also reasonable here.
If he takes a land and he top decks lands, he doesn't have very much of a supporting cast for the Drowners. Makes sense to try to get a little bit more action here.
Well, Austin's deck doing him no favors either. He plays a Tarmogoyf on turn 3. It's a 4/5, but has no other plays. Now, fortunately from that, Tarmogoyf is big enough to attack through Thought-Knot Seer. Logan will cast Thought-Knot. And now we see what Austin's sitting on. 2 copies of Death Shadow, a second Tarmogoyf, a Liliana, and a Kolaghan's Command.
He has 2 black sources. So if he's able to lose a little bit of life, these Death Shadows can become a problem.
Yeah, Liliana's taken, and he says go. Now, Logan's hand is shaping up if he can draw some lands. He's got those 2 Drowners, and now also has a Reality Smasher added. If Bursavich can, say, hit Kolaghan's Command for the Noble Hierarch, that would be huge. Looks like he does have a red mana source. Now he has some decisions to make.
Yeah.
Hand is 2 Death Shadows, Tarmogoyf, Kolaghan's Command, and that land. Like he'll shock for Blood Crypt down to 14.
No creatures currently in his graveyard. Shock the Hierarch, force a discard, seems totally reasonable.
Yeah, swings with Tarmogoyf. Now, we'll see if he's going to do that shock play, because if he would do it before damage, he doesn't have instant in his yard yet. Neither player does. So when Logan says no blocks, yeah, Austin's going to pull the trigger. Logan's command, shooting and shocking and discarding. And yeah, a Drowner's going to hit, yep. But that pumps the Goyf up to 5, so Logan down to 13. Draws another Drowner. Ugh. He just says go there. He didn't swing with Thought Knot Seer. Maybe he's planning to chump block this turn.
Well, if he attacks for 4, Bursavich goes to 10 and can just cast 2 Death Shadows.
Oh, yeah. So you actually want... Oh, it's weird. I get it.
I mean, it's like a
Here's
spot
another
with...
Tarmogoyf, yeah.
It's a spot with 2 bad options.
Blessed Alliance to draw for Logan. He really needs an Eldrazi Temple now.
Only having 3 lands is really unfortunate for that top deck as well.
Logan down to 8. This is a lethal attack already. Bursavich continues to go to work. It's Liliana, the last hope. Shrinks Thought Knot Seer. Swings the team. Blessed Alliance will take care of 1 creature. That keeps Logan alive, but he's going to go to 3.
Even finding Temple to cast Reality Smasher on this turn is likely not going to be enough.
Yeah, Austin's able to use a fetch and a shock for Overgrown Tomb. That means he can finally start casting some of these Death Shadows. That one currently at 2-2. Draw from Logan Taylor. Engineered Explosives. He just really never hit the land here. Explosives on 1, leaving up 2 mana. That can keep him alive for a turn. Austin playing a fetch land, so now the Death Shadow is lethal. Or could be made to be lethal. He'll swing both. Logan's going to have to crack Engineered Explosives. Death Shadow's gone. Logan will chump block with the Thought Knot. Austin draws a card. Liliana continues to go for work. Now she will mill and bring a creature back to Austin's hand. 2 cards in the graveyard. It looks at Death Shadow and Tarmogoyf. Both seem pretty good here.
The Tarmogoyf makes a little bit more sense given that Engineered Explosives on 2 could not be activated in conjunction with any other spell.
Last draw, another Blessed Alliance from Logan. That's just not going to do it. So it is Austin Bursavich with Death Shadow taking the 3rd game. And that will move him on to 10-2.
Neither deck really operating on all cylinders there. We saw the Eldrazi deck was more